Hello, Matrix Live. This is Tib, and I'm with Ajay. Today, we're going to talk about Cinny. So, Cinny is a beautiful web-based Matrix client. It's looking really great. It's almost monochrome with a touch of color here and there. It has a narrow column on the left, where you can select whether you want to display the rooms or the direct messages. A wider column just on the right to that one column to list the actual rooms or direct messages, and you have finally a main panel to display the actual active conversation or direct message. So it's maintained Ajay added spaces support in version 1.3 that was released a bit more than a week ago. So it's the right time to have a chat with Ajay. So Ajay, a few questions. Why did you want to create Cine?
Yeah, it's a really nice question. Why do I? So earlier this year, like to be true, I wanted to create a project totally different from Cinny, and I really don't have much skills about like creating a big project,
Okay.
and so and I wanted to build something else before building that project, and I was not really sure about what should I build, and then one of my friends, Lojenge, introduced me with the matrix protocol,
hmm
and I start exploring more about the matrix protocol, and it was really interesting to explore. Like it is really a nice tool. Matrix is a really nice tool, and, and then I start thoughting about that. Why should not I build a matrix client? Because I saw other metrics client like Element and Fluffy Chat and SkillG for web. They are really nice and like really big clients. And I thought like why
Okay.
not should I build a metrics client for the web?
Okay. Cool. So you mentioned a bigger project that was more complex. So was Cine easy to build? Was it easy to make Cine?
No, it's all really not easy, but like it's helped me to polish my skills
hmm
for I wanted to build something else, so I thought like I should build another project to polish my skills. Yeah, so it's really helped me doing this.
Okay. Cine is a web-based application, a bit like Element. Is it a fork of Element, or is it something that you completely built from scratch, a completely new application?
No, it's not really a fork of Element. It's totally entirely a new application. I have used React.js and Matrix.js SDK to build it, and that's
Okay. Okay.
yeah. I am yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, my main focus is for the web, like, and I am thinking of making it responsive for to build the progressive web application and then to build possibly to build a desktop native application using Tori and Electron.
Okay, cool, really cool.
Yeah.
Um, I remember one day, I think you dropped in This Week in Matrix in the channel and just announced out of nowhere, oh, by the way, I'm working on Cine. You can have a look at it here. And the application was already super polished, like looking really, really cool. And I've been wondering, for how long have you been working on Cine? When did you start working on Cine?
So I started earlier this year, to be exact, in March. Yeah, so I have like spent a lot of time, and I have a thought like it should be a usable matrix client before release. So I released in July, and then it, at that time it was really usable client. Yeah.
Okay, so that was pretty fast. Did you use any framework to get all the heavy lifting done, or did you re-implement all the matrix protocol?
So it's based on like matrix JS SDK. So I do not really have to like totally interact with the API. Like it's between matrix JS SDK that lift all the heavy work,
Hmm.
and I uses React JS for like building components, so I can like reuse a lot of things, and like I created everything from scratch, lot of things from scratch, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, so there is the Matrix JavaScript SDK, which is doing all the heavy lifting, all the matrix operations, and
Yeah,
Cinny is a sort of delightful interface around that SDK. That's it?
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
that's it.
got it. Um, I'm really impressed by Cinny, and I was wondering, is there a company behind Cinny, or is it just you doing it on your free time?
No, it's just me doing all the work in my free time, and so there is not a really company behind it. Although like its landing page looks like it gives a feeling like there is a code behind it. Yeah, so it's just because like when I was creating that landing page, I was really ultra serious about it. Like, yeah,
Okay, and are you alone working on Cinny, or are there other contributors working on it?
There are a lot of contributors that help me with filing issues, more meaningful issues, and maybe pull request. Everyone, most of people did pull request for like making the project more beautiful. And so there is not really. So if I am speaking about the name, like I am the only one who handle the code side, and my friend Lozangi handle the other side, like community and engaging with peoples. And now have a new contributor also. His name is James, and he's doing a really great work. Yeah,
Okay, so you already have a few contributors working on opening issues to tell you if something is not working as intended or on Cine, and you have a few other contributors contributing code, so they send you code that you can review and merge to extend Cine. Um, do you welcome new contributors, or is Cine closed? Like, do you feel you have enough on your plate to do, or are you open to getting new contributors to trying to find issues and to send you code for review?
yeah, absolutely. I love contributors, and we still have not too much of contributors, so many contributors, and like if anyone is listening to us and like to work on a React.js based project, please join us on Matrix room, and share your feelings, and it's good to go. Yeah,
Okay, so you have a Matrix room to talk about Cine. I think it's in the Matrix community space, in the client subspace.
yeah,
So I'm going to add a link in the episode description so everyone can join the room to talk about Cine and can have a link to the repository on GitHub. Um, Talking of space, you mentioned in the release notes that spaces are still in early development for version 1.3. What's missing?
yeah. So there are a lot of features still missing in spaces. We have built a very core functionality of spaces, like a nesting of spaces where you can see this rooms in more meaningful orders. And it's like we build it the core functionality first, like if someone is using element and they have spaces there, and so they can have them in Cinny. And there are a lot of features missing, like creating a space or managing space and deleting space and managing their their rooms and subspaces and their related settings. So it's the initial support like nesting them and so on. Yeah, there are other lot of features that are still missing.
Okay, spaces are still in beta anyway, so you still have
Yeah.
more things to do to completely support them in Cine. Perfect. And what else do you want to add to Cine after you're done with space, or maybe before you are completely done with space? What are the next features you absolutely want for Cine?
So our next goal, project goal, is to add mainly two things. Like we really set up small goals, and so there are two goals, and first one is to have little more better login flow. So because our current login flow is really buggy and it really has user experience problems, and there is a lot of people that are complaining about it.
Yeah, I remember
So
the login is exclusively on matrix.org right now, or does it support different home servers than matrix.org?
it does support other server
Oh,
for login. Yeah. So but sometime it doesn't work, like it's have bugs in it.
okay,
And we have also have register page which is only on Matrix.
all right. Um, and are there features that you would like to add to Cine that are not part of the matrix specification right now?
There, like we really want to add little enhancement, not really big changes, and we would like to go with the spec.
Hmm.
So spec, if we change the spec, then it's become more difficult for people to interact using different clients. And so we would like to go with the
Yes, I mean,
specs more.
the the specification of Matrix can be extended. It's not owned by a single company. Everybody can open a new specification, well, a specification change in MSC. So if other developers want to add new features that are not supported by the Matrix protocol right now, they can open specification to extend the specification. Anyway, Cine already has many enthusiasts, and for many good reasons. How can people support you and support the project? Do you have a Patreon, a PayPal page, something?
We have an open collective. We are an open collective.
Okay,
So if anyone specifically want to do a financial support, they can join us on open collective. Otherwise, if they want to help with codes, they can join us with join us with on code side.
okay,
And people also, if anyone want to help us in help us in figuring out bugs, they can just help us in issue. See, like, yeah.
okay. So pull request welcome, issues welcome, and you have an open collective page for people who want to financially support you. Well, Ajay, thanks a lot. Thank you very much for this interview. And I'll see you next time.
All right. Thank you, Tej.